Hi, welcome to our show.
Well, hi, everybody!
Coming to you somewhat live and semi-weekly from the Quad M World headquarters located in Helena, scenic North Valley. It's the Quad M Show. Here are your hosts, TJ and Jason.
And as we always like to do here, let's go ahead and give a little love to those folks giving us the love. Thank you for stopping by and checking us out. For you folks checking in from Denton, Texas, Glendale, California, Pasadena, California, New York, Hollywood, Florida, Stockholm, Sweden. Ni howdy.
Ni howdy.
We'll just get you and all them Chinese bots and everybody else, all you wacky foreigners. Get you all out of there now. Calgary, Alberta, Canada. Meridian, Idaho. Of course, the home office here in Helena. Detroit, Michigan. Richmond, Virginia. Roosevelt, Utah. Wenatchee.
Yeah.
I'll go with that. Wenatchee, yep. Wisconsin. Scottsdale, Arizona. Noble Park, Virginia. Lexington, Massachusetts. As well as Alameda, California. Dallas, Texas.
Howdy.
Howdy. Darien, Connecticut. Fayette, Mississippi. Union City, California. Hey, Derek. Florence, Montana. And that would be it. So, once again, to each and every one of you stopping by, checking us out, giving a listen, thank you all so much. Appreciate it. God bless each and every one of you.
Love, love, love.
Hello.
Hello, yeah. I was figuring out how to say hello in Swedish.
Oh, it sounds the same.
Yellow. I'm sorry, what was that again?
Shh.
Hello.
Hello. Hello.
Same thing.
Yeah, except for you get that.
Oa at the end.
Yeah. Well, I was going to
Hello.
say, I can't remember Mrs.
Hello.
Drysdale's assistant from the Beverly Hillbillies. They're like, oh, Mr. Drysdale, oh, you know, that one. Hello. That's kind of what I was thinking.
Right. Never seen it.
You've never watched the Beverly Hillbillies?
No.
Well, you're a young buck.
Yeah, exactly.
That's the problem.
Yep.
See,
Never know the story of Jed.
Poor mountaineer.
Barely kept his family fed.
But you know what I heard?
What's that?
It was one day he was out shooting for some food.
Oh, yeah, and up from the ground?
Bubbling crude.
Fucking A. Texas tea.
Oil, that is.
Black gold. Well, you know what his kinfolk said.
Well, first thing, you knew old Jed was a millionaire.
Well, yeah, of course.
Then the kinfolk said,
Yeah, he should move away from there.
they told him California was the place he ought to be.
So they packed up their bags.
And moved to Union City. Hi, Derek.
That's pretty good. You guys got that memorized.
We're professionals, son. Stick around. You might learn a thing or two.
That's pretty good.
So, one thing that as we get into the week that wasn't, one thing I got to say here, and this is disheartening on a couple of levels. I mean, it's nice on one level, but disheartening as an internet content provider.
Uh-oh.
So last weekend, Raiders were playing the Broncos in Denver, and I'm having this. I've always had this little back and forth kind of thing with a friend of mine who is actually my ex's brother-in-law. We're still friends on Facebook, and you know we'll banter back and forth because he's a Broncos fan, I'm a Raiders fan. And I sent this meme, or posted this meme on the old Book of Face, which is basically it was a roll of toilet paper with the logo, with the Broncos logo. I'm sure you saw it when I posted on Sunday. And
Yep.
And it just says, "Holy cow! I can't believe they're making toilet paper with shit already on it." Since that time, this fucking meme has been shared over 200 times.
From your page?
From my page.
Jeez.
Which, don't get me wrong, I mean, like most people are like, that's nothing, I've seen ones. Yeah, and those are usually like names with subscribers and people are in there doing that type of shit.
It's substantial.
For just for just Johnny Nobody out there, who just sent it off to his ex-girlfriend's brother-in-law, all of a sudden, you know, first friends are sharing it and commenting and laughing, and then it's friends of friends, and then all of a sudden, it's crazy the fucking reach this thing had. And yet, every time I fucking post some Quad M show, I'm lucky if I get 2 shares. And I know who those 2 people are. It's usually Marty and our good friend Derek.
Thanks, Mom.
See that, Marty? You're not his daddy. You're just his mama. So I asked to all of you folks that are checking us out, listening on the show, I know we often, I use it as a closer as far as liking us and following us and all that type of stuff. But, man, if you're listening on the show, if you're listening to the show, get on Facebook and help share this stuff, because to see just like a garbage meme get 200 shares, yeah, that's nice. But I want the Quad M show stuff to be getting those 200 shares.
People like simple.
Yeah. Well, and really, my shit is as simple as it can be, because
Right. No,
I'm as simple as can be.
Right.
So that's my call to action for this week. It's just a little bit of that. So, Jason, how was your week, good sir?
Boring and uneventful.
Yay!
Pretty much, yeah. Shit, what did I do? I worked and then just today tore an engine out of a snowmobile and put another one in it.
There you have it.
There you have it. Yeah.
I couldn't do that, honestly. I know zero about mechanics or anything like that.
Oh, yeah, no, I'm completely useless when it comes to a lot of that type of shit.
I could change tires, I could change spark plugs, change your oil. Anything that needs changing, I can do.
Diapers.
There you go.
See?
Right?
See? I know
My
how to
own.
destroy stuff. That was one of the jobs I held, was demolition and abatement.
Really?
So you give me a crowbar and a sledgehammer, I will fuck it up.
Stay away from my car.
I will. Man, that house will be stripped down to its boards within an hour. That's how good I am at it. But yeah, as far as like to be able to fucking, do anything, yeah, no, I'm pretty well fucking useless.
I'd be lost.
I'm YouTube video watching that type of shit.
Yeah, thank God for YouTube.
You can learn a lot of stuff on YouTube,
I learned how to
Yeah.
cook asparagus.
right?
Really?
Oh yeah.
Nice.
Oh yeah, little 3-minute deal. You fucking throw in some minced garlic and a little bit of olive oil. Get
Yep.
that shit simmering. Throw in your asparagus. 3 minutes later, if you choose to, put like a teaspoon of water on there to get a little bit of steam going on there too.
Mm-hmm.
But 3 minutes later, perfect.
Keep it simple.
It is fantastic. Don't have to do butter or anything like that. Just garlic and olive oil.
Makes your pee smell funny, though.
I haven't really encountered it, but then again,
No? Really?
my pee is never really. My pee usually has
Like ever?
poor. Well, did my pee is never? No, that's what I'm saying. Is my pee usually has like the strong ammonia content to begin with.
I'm like, so?
Yeah, I mean that's what I'm saying. It's like
He's going to smell different, huh? Okay.
I couldn't
crazy.
tell the difference.
I've totally
Fun
done.
fact.
Give me a smell test, I'll tell you. I got a lot of free time.
Asparagus. No, I mean, and then like my week, I mean, the only excitement that went on, aside from the whole thing to get the call to action, we'll pretty much just be talking about second segment when we review The Predator and talk about the exciting WWE event that I went to with the Kunzweiler kids,
Right.
who unfortunately couldn't make the show this week. I was hoping they would, so Marty could back me up on some outlandish statements of what transpired. But, hey, come see, come saw it be what it be. Steve, good sir, how was your week, dude?
Same as both of yours. There's nothing going on. Worked most of it. Went out for a little bit last night. Not much to tell.
Yeah.
There was a particular person in the bar, a guy, and kind of your typical walking around in a tank top, way too drunk for his own good.
He was
type
a
of
bro.
guy.
He was a
Yeah,
bro.
He was a bro.
Okay, all right.
And he was on the hunt, you could tell, and he wasn't getting anywhere with it, so he was getting frustrated.
Was
but,
he
yeah.
hunting after yours?
Oh, man. You have no idea.
Well, no, that's why I'm asking.
No.
Oh.
Well, he did talk to her, though. He did try. Absolutely. Now that I think about it. And I gave it 2 thoughts and knew this guy was too drunk and stupid for his own good, so he
Sure.
wasn't getting anywhere.
Right.
But, yeah, besides that, that was my highlight. That goes to show you. That was the most exciting thing that happened to me this week.
So okay, so you brought your notebook with various topics and whatnots that you want to discuss and all that
I
type
did.
of stuff, and I'm a fan of that.
We don't have to get to all.
I'm
of
always
them. It was
I'm always a
just-
fan of content, but you brought up something as we were talking pre-show. You had a little game that you wanted to play, and I decided, well, in lieu of everything we've got for second segment and Reddit fun on segment 3, I decided let's go ahead and kick the show off right. What is this game that you have for us?
I'm
Steven?
calling it the fucked up bracket.
The fucked up bracket. Okay,
Yes.
what is the premise behind said fucked up bracket?
Essentially, you'll have 8 contenders going head to head. You guys have to pick which one you would rather, and the topic is going to be fucked up.
Okay.
You want to try it?
I might as well. Might as
Okay.
well. The first time we do this, obviously we'll have our
Yeah.
little growing pains. We'll try this out and see how it goes.
Yeah, exactly.
What is the fucked up topic? And
The fucked up topic
Okay.
would be, who would you rather drive your girlfriend home? Now, these are all famous people, okay?
who would I rather have drive my girlfriend home?
Yes.
And this could be from
By
anywhere,
themselves.
not just not
From the
not-
bar.
Like okay.
From
It's mostly
work.
this is important because it's like drunk and taken advantage of.
Yeah.
And I need to ride home from work.
I'm going to say just alone in a situation.
Okay.
Any situation. And these people are all famous. Okay. First bracket, Mel Gibson or Charlie Sheen.
Oh, Mel Gibson.
You're going Mel?
Between those two,
Between those two.
Mel Gibson.
Now, he was... I don't know if you ever heard the tapes, but Mel has been very, very mean to his significant others.
Well-
and there's tape of it.
Oh, and I've heard with the female cops and all that type of stuff, but I don't have to worry about Charlie Sheen. Charlie
See,
Sheen.
I'd have to
giving
go
her
with
AIDS.
Charlie Sheen.
You're going Charlie.
Because everybody knows he's got the AIDS and nobody will touch him now.
That's a good point. Somebody
Right.
gets in the car with him, they know the deal.
And if my girlfriend's stupid enough to fuck a dude with AIDS, bye-bye.
Bullet dodged.
Right.
I'd rather just not take the chance. I'll just have him like scream obscenities and be anti-Semitic at her versus just the thought of because you might catch the A, you might not catch it, but you might catch something else just from just osmosis
Yeah.
with him. So I'm sorry, Charlie, on my end,
I'm going to have to break the tie, though.
and I already know which way you're going. So
I'm going Charlie Sheen. I like your logic on it. It's good. He has AIDS. Everybody knows it. So we're going to move Charlie up.
winner, Sheen, fucking dinner.
Winner, chicken dinner. I don't think so. Winner, Sheen dinner.
I won through the judge. I guess he's the judge.
Second, Chris Brown or Ray Rice.
Ooh, I'm gonna go Ray Rice.
There's
Now-
video of it.
Now, okay, I'll explain to you. Ray Rice was a running back for the Baltimore Ravens who punched his pregnant wife in an elevator in Vegas. You knocked her out. Okay, I didn't know
Yeah,
if you
that,
heard the
that
story
was
or not.
on video and stuff, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Elevator footage.
Here's
Him doing it.
here's my reasoning behind this.
And
Okay.
Chris Brown be woman too. So
Oh, beat the shit out of what was it?
Yep. No, not Ariana.
Rihanna.
Rihanna. There you go.
Umbrella, Ella. Yeah. Okay. Here. Dude, that's a fucking catchy pop song, man. I like pop music when it's catchy, and that song is fucking catchy. That is beats to rival what fucking Chris Brown gave her. And that's my point. Chris Brown, repeat offender. Ray Rice did it once. Now, granted, he was caught on tape, but so since that time, though, apologetic. His wife is still with him. There hasn't been no breakouts or incidences. And post-football career, even though he could have and should have based on shit that other fucking football players have done and gotten away with and came back,
Right.
he's basically spent the entire time going out and fucking talking about it, and
I can't
doing,
fight TJ's logic. I'm going with Ray Rice too.
Ray Rice it is. Beats out Chris Brown.
Ray Rice beats Chris Brown.
Wow,
It's a fucked up bracket.
that's a great choice of words
Celebrity
there.
death match.
involving Charlie Sheen and wife beaters. Okay, all right.
Okay.
So
This bracket.
So wait, hold on. I got to ask how the seating on this went. Was Charlie Sheen 1 and Mel Gibson 8?
I put extreme thought into the matchups on this.
Oh, yeah.
I really did. I
was
put
wondering
more
if the
time
seating
than
was
you
1 to
than I
8
want
or-
to admit.
Hey, you know what? The more time spent, the better.
All right. Third, Louis C.K. or Harvey Weinstein.
Ooh. Okay, now I know that Louis C.K. was up on some shit. I don't know the specifics on that one.
Can I explain it?
If either one of you, feel free. I don't.
Do you know it?
He was, I think, if I remember right, he was like exposing himself to women type of stuff. I don't think he was like drugging them and stuff like that, like a Cosby. He was just like whipping out his pee-pee and whatnots.
And
is what I
masturbating in front of women is what he was doing.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
Some of them agreed to it. Some of them claim they didn't.
Okay.
And then Harvey Weinstein, I
think
we all have to know, yeah.
I'm
We
going.
was CK.
You're gonna go
Going
CK on that
Louis?
one.
Yep. Yeah.
I'm going Weinstein.
Ari, what?
What?
I have solid reasoning for this. Louis C.K., okay? So he's, gonna fucking do things, fucking break it out and just start fucking jacking off in front of her in the goddamn car and all that type of horse shit. Whereas with Harvey Weinstein, maybe she can get a job.
You're looking at... Oh, my God.
All right. Then.
Maybe we can start running around some more, high-profile circles. Maybe I can get some
understand
celebrity.
your logic. I don't
Get some
like
celebrity interviews
but
for
I
the Quad M
understand it.
show. I'm
Take
just
one
saying.
for the team, honey.
Come on, baby.
Get in
Take
there.
one for the
Daddy
team.
wants a payday.
messed up. I like it, though. That is funny.
Okay.
Do you agree?
No, I'm still going with
On
Louis
Louis
C.K.
C.K.
Yeah. No, I'm saying I understand his logic. I don't like it,
I
but
don't
I
subscribe
understand
to it, but
Yeah.
I get it.
I'm not. You know what? Harvey is a good
Take one
argument,
for the
man.
team, honey.
I'm giving you extra points just for hilarity on that one. Harvey moves up.
Okay, good. That makes up for that whole Charlie Sheen thing. Thank you. Oh, we're moving him up. He went up a seed.
Oh,
Exactly.
okay.
All right. Bill Cosby or O.J. Simpson.
Oh. Zippity zoppity boop. I'm going with OJ. I don't know why.
All right.
I'm just going with OJ.
I was very proud of this matchup.
Let me tell you why we go with OJ on this one. And this would actually also kind of hold true for you as well. Now, while I have dated blonde women, they have never been that perfect Aryan type of blonde that OJ chases after. So I know
He
that
goes
she
top
would not,
shelf.
She would not be on the hit list. Usually, my gals are usually either brunette or raven crested. Like I said, I have dated blondes, but they've never been that statuesque, Greek goddess Barbie level that he goes after. Whereas, I mean, come on, fucking Bill. Ooh, before I get you back over there with the TJ and the pudding, let me go ahead.
I like the
Yeah.
impression. That's
Let me
good.
get you slip you a little something over there with the jello pudding. Bah, da. Yeah, so no, I'm going OJ.
OJ. Do you
Yeah,
agree?
I just went with OJ. On
you already
gut,
said OJ. I'm
Yep.
sorry.
yep, on a gut feeling. I didn't know why, but I felt better about OJ than Bill Cosby.
OJ beats out Bill Cosby. All right. Now we're down to 2 pairs.
I like this. It's like celebrity deathmatch.
Okay, all right. So, of the semifinalists,
Semifinalists.
who do we have going on?
We
here?
have Charlie Sheen versus Ray Rice. Nice one. And we still have the AIDS argument, which is a very good argument. Very good.
Okay, all right. Birte, go ahead. I'll let you go first.
Yeah, I'm going to stick with Charlie Sheen because of the AIDS.
Because of the AIDS.
Safe bet.
Right?
Are we going to vote for somebody because of AIDS? Is that what we're about to do right now?
No, I'm going Ray Rice.
Are you really?
It's
For
odd.
the same logic that I used in the last one.
logic.
It's
Yeah.
odd saying that one of
Right?
Charlie Sheen's pros is he's got AIDS. But yep, that's what I'm saying.
I'm sticking with Ray
The
Rice.
best part about Charlie Sheen is he has AIDS.
Yeah, we went there.
All right, so it's a tie.
Just because of all the other shit that's just gonna be that petri dish that would be the inside of that car.
I am voting Charlie again,
God
man.
damn it.
Charlie goes up.
Winner, winner, chicken dinner. I don't think so. Winner, winner, Sheen dinner.
All right,
So now it's OJ.
Harvey Weinstein versus O.J. Simpson.
Oh man,
Oof.
I'm gonna stick with OJ. You know, he did make me laugh in a few movies.
Right?
Right.
That-
So
You just like him. He is a very likable murderer.
he
I'll be
is.
honest.
He's a likable
He's a likable
murderer.
He is.
I'm still gonna go with OJ.
Okay.
Based again on the simple fact that, granted now I won't be running around those, Hollywood circles, but again, I know that whomever I'm with is not going to be his type.
Yep.
All right.
Finalists.
Charlie Sheen and
Charlie
OJ.
OJ.
Great. Okay, yeah. So the finals of the fucked up bracket here is basically AIDS and murder.
Right? And the AIDS is going to take Charlie all the way to the win for me. Charlie.
I'm still going to be diametrically opposed. My woman will be safer with OJ than she will with Charlie.
Oh, you're going to leave it up to me?
Yep.
Man, AIDS wins it. It has to.
Damn it.
Bracket.
AIDS
Charlie
wins.
Sheen
AIDS
Wins
wins.
the
Winner, winner, chicken dinner. I don't think so. Winner, winner, Sheen dinner.
fucked up bracket.
Because he has AIDS. That's fucked up, dude. I like it.
We should write him a letter. Just to let him know.
Congratulations, Charlie. You are the winner of this week's fucked up bracket.
Fucked up bracket.
We trust you with our women.
Because you have AIDS.
Now.
Oh, ouch, dude.
Yeah, but feel free put time and effort in this. I can stand this as a regular bit.
Right.
I'm good with this.
Might
Sweet.
have to edit this out, but here's a quad M meme. Is like, picture of Charlie Sheen with at least now we can trust Charlie with her women.
There you go.
I don't have to edit that out. I'm gonna fucking make that meme, and that will be a quad M meme. Let's get some shares on this one, kids.
Right. It might be the Broncos toilet paper.
I'm hoping
Who
so.
knows?
Congratulations, Charlie. You and Broncos toilet paper.
I had an even worse thought for a fucked up bracket, and I tamed it for this one.
Oh no.
Don't worry about that.
Next, yeah. Wait, dude,
I just wanted
there's-
to make sure.
No, dude. The more the fucked up, the better.
Cool.
There's times where I gave a shit about it, and then I realized, you know what? Considering half of the shit that I fucking hear out there, tame by comparison. So no, please bring it, my friend. Bring it.
Will do.
All right. So with that, let's go ahead and have ourselves a little bit of a cool down. What with all this talk of AIDS, rape, and woman beaten, and
Fucking A.
It's a family show.
that's right, the whole family,
Charlie Sheen wins because he's got AIDS.
because he's got AIDS.
Never would have thought it. Never would
Congratulations,
have thought it.
Charlie.
See, fucked up bracket. I like it. Is that what it is? Fucked up bracket?
Fucked up bracket.
Okay, fucked up bracket.
Well, now we got to officially call it the Quad M Show. Fucked up, right?
Okay.
We got to
Put it on there.
the trademark on that sumbitch. All right, well, let's go ahead here. We will take our first break. We will come back with some FGS and some hot takes. It's Quad M Show, gang. Stay tuned.
Have you checked out QuadMProductions.com lately? QuadMProductions.com is your direct access hookup to order the Enigma comic book series and download the Quad M Show podcast. Check the appearances page for upcoming events and contact us with any questions or comments. Don't be the only lonely soul who's missing out on all the fun. Visit us today at QuadMProductions.com. That's QuadMProductions.com. You're listening to the Quad M Show. Segment 2.
Welcome back to the second segment of this here Quad M show. And again, we are your hosts. I'm TJ.
And Jason.
And Steve.
Welcome back to the show.
And this segment is brought to you in part by our good friend Andy McNamara. Now, you've heard us over the last couple weeks talking about the Pam McNamara Golf Invitational. If you haven't already, I believe it's too late now to get your green fees in for the golf tournament proper. But if you haven't, or all that type of stuff, that's going to be taking place at the Fox Ridge Golf Course here in Helena on Saturday, September 29th. And following that, at 2 p.m. over at Miller's Crossing here in Helena, is going to be the silent auction. And that shit is crazy. It is off the fucking chain, the stuff that he's got in there.
You mentioned something last week. I can't remember what it is right now, but...
the new product, the new item that he got in there.
There was one thing in particular.
Jurassic World autographed poster, autographed by Chris Pratt.
That was it.
NFL memorabilia signed by Dak Prescott, Aaron Rodgers, Kurt Warner. A couple of baseballs signed by various MLB folks. UFC gloves signed by Conor McGregor. Golf merchandise signed by Rory McIlroy. And I can't remember. And Jordan Spieth. And of course, also too, the first ever Quad M show fucked up bracket winner Charlie Sheen. Yeah, he autographed an Indians hat.
Oh, yeah. That's right.
Yeah, because he was in Major League.
Right.
Yeah, I forgot to mention that last week, but that was on the list of stuff from the other week. So yes, congratulations. Not only can you pick up an item from Charlie Sheen, but also know that he was the first ever winner of the Quad M Show Fucked Up Bracket.
Fucked Up Bracket.
So you got all that going on.
Just disinfect that first.
Don't let the AIDS get you. And keep them AIDS to yourself, Charlie. But all this wonderful merchandise, silent auction for a great cause. Again, the Pam McNamara charity golf tournament and silent auction Saturday, September 29th, 9 a.m. golf tournament proper at Fox Ridge here in Helena. And then at 2 p.m., the silent auction, Miller's Crossing, also here in Helena. So if you're in the area, definitely stop by, throw in some shekels, and get yourself some sweet, sweet merch.
Fucking A.
There you go.
When is that? The 29th, right?
The 29th. Next Saturday.
Next Saturday.
Not next, but next. I was just being stuttering repetitively. Not next, because this is the 22nd as we're recording.
Right.
A day late and $1 short.
So this coming Saturday.
This coming Saturday. Next
gotcha.
week as we record.
Gotcha.
The Saturday coming up. You know what else could also be riddled with AIDS if we don't look out for it?
The Fred G. Sanford.
Fred G. Sanford Award for Excellence in Stupidity.
Excellence.
Morons.
You're a moron.
Idiots.
Idiot.
Dullards.
You're always this stupid. Did you take lessons?
The FGS Award for Excellence in Stupidity.
Okay, so coming to us by way of Florida.
Again.
Well, come on.
Jaw drop.
It's I hate to say it, but 9 times out of 10, like if I go through and I'm looking through shit, guaranteed 9 out of 10 are gonna be from Florida.
Should we change the name of the award?
At this point, no.
Yeah, right.
No, it's just a given. Because in that way, the other ones are just pleasant surprises when they come through. So,
there we go.
We're
going to start keeping tallies. We have to.
Yeah.
I don't know what Florida does, but
it's in the water.
I don't know. It must be too low of sea level, too low of elevation or something.
It's
maybe.
a swampland. It's fumes.
Have you guys ever been?
Florida?
Yeah.
No, God, no.
I went there a couple times because, living in New Jersey, you go to Disney World. And I drank water out of a water fountain once.
And I could feel my IQ dropping.
Exactly.
Plummeting.
It tasted like swamp water, is what it tasted like, but
no, I have no inkling to go there based off of everything that I've read in the last 3 fucking years.
Okay.
Universal Studios is awesome, though.
I've read a story, and I think it might be our winner, but I'm not sure.
Drum roll.
Let's find out. A Florida man was arrested for deliberately cutting his neighbor with a chainsaw during an argument over a shrub.
Holy hell.
I have to ask, was this
Nope.
it? Nope. Okay. All right. So the ongoing issue between the neighbors was about shrubs that were growing between the property lines. The alleged suspect, Gregory Landacre, was using a chainsaw to cut his shrub down and was dragging the branches for disposal. The victim, Jeffrey Zlaki, arrived on the scene and observed that his bushes were being removed. Zlaki went and hugged the shrubs to keep them from being cut down. As Landacre resumed cutting the branches with his chainsaw, the victim was struck by the blade, causing a deep laceration on his left hand. Zlaki was taken to Tampa General Hospital for surgery. The victim told deputies before being transported that the incident was an accident and Landacre didn't intentionally try to hit him with the chainsaw. However, video from the scene shows Landacre disposing of the branches when Zlaki arrived home. It also shows a verbal argument between the two before Zlaki begins hugging the shrub.
Again for the second time? Or?
No.
okay.
This is just the video
The
was
account.
showing that these
I
things
thought they
were...
did it twice.
Yeah, no. The shrub's so nice, he had to hug it twice.
Right.
The sheriff's office said that the video shows Landacre getting his chainsaw and cutting the shrub while the victim was holding on for dear life. In a clear and deliberate act, Zlaki was cut with the chainsaw, and Landacre can be seen shoving Zlaki in the back. Zlaki's tendons were cut in his arm. Based on new findings in the investigation and the video, Landacre was arrested for aggravated battery and simple battery and taken to the Land O'Lakes Detention Center.
Jeez.
Chainsaws don't have blades. It's a bar and a chain.
Yeah, reporters.
They have teeth, right?
Eat it, reporters that I copied and pasted from. You heard the man.
Fake news.
Take it. It's a
It's
goddamn...
called a chainsaw, not a blade saw.
It's a blade saw. Blade saw.
A blade saw.
That's just
would be
called a
sweet.
saw.
No,
Jesus Christ. Okay, so curiosity demands. What was the one that you were looking at? What was the one you were thinking was going to be?
Thieves stole $18,000 worth of tracking devices from a warehouse. They were apprehended within hours.
Was that off the Reddit page?
Before making off with about $18,000 worth of devices, the thieves grabbed a beer out of the fridge and cut themselves in the process, leaving fingerprints and blood evidence.
Oh my God.
Jesus Christ.
Oh my. Is that in Florida?
Were they out of Florida?
It doesn't end there. The police say the two suspects may be tied to other crimes. There was lots of stolen property in that storage locker, including a photo album that had irreplaceable images from World War II that was taken in a recent burglary in Saratoga.
Florida!
Oh my God. That's insane.
Lovely. Was that real quick, was that posted on the Reddit? News of the Stupid, or where did you find that guy at?
In the TIL.
TIL.
Yeah. Today I learned.
Okay. Okay. Just so I have more areas to look through, because my two were just kind of like, they're the wells run just a tad dry, so I like to find other sources to look through.
And there's a California.
Saratoga? I thought Saratoga was in Florida. Saratoga, Florida.
Saratoga, California.
Santa Clara.
Oh, Santa Clara.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Silicon Valley.
I had no idea.
Okay, that's in California, yes. No, so we got dual winners this week. I'm okay with that. I love dual winners. All right, so to you, unnamed jackasses stealing transmitters and leaving all that lovely evidence behind, and to you, blade saw enthusiast Gregory Landacre, congratulations, you guys are the winners of this week's FGS Award for Excellence in Stupidity.
You dummy!
Excellent. Good job, guys.
Huzzah. Huzzahs all around.
Hats off.
I doff my cap to you. Good moron.
Good moron. Good moron.
Let's get into some hot takes.
Okay.
News and notes from all four corners of the pop culture world.
And the sign gotta stay hot. You gotta stay hot. You gotta stay hot.
It's time for some hot takes.
All right, so this past Thursday, Jason and I treated ourselves to going and watching The Predator. And yeah, it was a movie.
Really?
It was.
When I've got plenty to fucking say about it, but I know you do too, good sir. So
The Predator Squad.
A whole squad of them.
oh no, we'll get into this. But
It was like Suicide Squad and Predator all mashed up in a blender, and out comes this piece of whatever it turned out to be. And
was that the analogy?
It wasn't what I wanted in a Predator movie.
No, it wasn't. It wasn't. It's okay. The Predator, written and directed by Shane Black, who, for us movie-ophiles, you would recognize him as the first guy to get killed off in the first Predator movie. He was the guy with the glasses. Telling the dirty jokes.
Goes and chases, yeah.
Yeah. And also, a little bit of trivia for those not in the know, he was also the writer of the original Lethal Weapon movie.
Really?
With Danny Glover and Mel Gibson.
Wow.
See, the main reason he got that job was because they needed a writer in to punch up the script. So that's how he got that job on Predator.
So they hired him as an actor as well.
So they had him as an actor in there as well.
Score.
And that's why all of his lines, he had the fucking dirty jokes going on. And you can tell that was his style of writing with this fucking movie.
Yeah.
Basically, what it starts off with, you got this... And also, just as always, kids, remember, this is the Quantum Show, so spoilers abound.
Yep. You're going to find out what happens.
Exactly. So it starts off, you got this military unit who's going to go rescue some fucking hostages. Okay?
Yep.
Oh, but prior to that, you have one spaceship getting chased by another spaceship. And then all of a sudden, this giant space vagina opens up, and the fucking lead ship gets away. Right? They call it a wormhole.
Like a wormhole. Yeah,
It's a wormhole, but it looks like a space vagina.
Space vagina.
Space vagina.
Yeah. Just sucks him right in. And so, spaceship crashes, crash lands on Earth. And that's when we cut to the military outfit that are going to go in and try to save these hostages. Well, that's when the ship crashes. Things kind of go to hell. They manage to take out, I think, one or two of the fucking... cartel dudes. I guess they were some kind of drug lord or something. I don't know. It doesn't fucking matter. But then their comms are out, so they go try to fucking track down the alien ship. And when they do find it, it's a group of three. These military, it's a group of three. One dude's already fucking dead and skinned, hanging from a fucking tree. The other second dude, I don't know what the fuck happened to him. If he died in this ensuing explosion that happened or whatever.
I don't remember.
But the third guy, well, he's got plot armor. He's our main hero of the story. So he's got plot armor. He's fine.
Yep.
So what he does is he's got like I think it was a helmet, a chest plate, and a gauntlet. I think is what he snagged, and he mails off.
Like a Predator helmet?
Predator helmet,
Yeah.
Predator helmet, Predator chest plate, and a gauntlet.
Okay.
Mails it back to the States.
Okay.
And then apparently, I guess... The whole cloaking device on a Predator is like a fucking little silver marble, from what I gathered.
Yes.
So, he...
But good news, it's a suppository.
Yeah, well, no, he swallowed it. It just came out difficult. It just came all difficult. Shaking like a dog trying to squeeze out a peach seed is what he was doing later on in the movie. And so then, turns out, like, his autistic son ends up getting a hold of this. Yeah, well, that is a form of autism.
Yeah, it's on the spectrum, I believe.
It's on the low end of the spectrum.
Yeah.
It's like functional autism.
Right.
Because I've had girlfriends who have kids with the Asperger's. So.
And Marty.
And Marty. That's what happens when you don't show up to the fucking show, dude. Cut to this military outfit kind of place, deal, installation. That's the word I'm looking for, installation. And Olivia Munn is introduced to us as this scientist type of fucking character.
Right.
She's a scientist?
Yeah, I know, dude.
Okay.
There is some suspension of disbelief that you have to do with this
They
movie.
couldn't at least made her like a reporter. Or something.
No, she's full-fledged scientist. Like,
She is.
Yeah, you got to bring a big old bucket of suspension of disbelief when you walk into this place.
Yeah.
Huge. But
Yeah, biologist, as she
it's
sits
also
there.
the same place we get introduced to a new Busey.
yes, Busey
The
Jr.
world needs new Buseys.
Well, I think Busey. I think it wasn't he the same Busey that was in Starship Troopers?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
His crazy-looking son, who's actually been in a few good movies.
Oh yeah, no, he comes out like, hey there, Olivia Munn,
Busey.
come on in this room. We gonna get naked.
Amazon Fire TV stick.
Because they have to do their little fucking airlock sanitization, containment or contamination, delousing and all that shit. Yeah. So they go in and we meet for the second time this character who as we go through, I thought really was the one that stole the show for me. Can't remember the character's name, but he's basically like, he's the one who knows who the Predator is. He's the one that's been chasing after him. He's been tracking him. And this is not a reboot of any kind. It is a true sequel.
Yep.
They talk about them.
I'll give them that.
They talk about the Predator coming in 87 and 97. So, like, the weird fucking dystopian future that 97 was supposed to have been in that movie. Not so much. It just came and went. It was a heat wave. That's all it was.
I guess so, yeah.
Yeah. And the Predators, the one that with Aidan Quinn and Danny Trejo that happened, they're all in canon. So this is not a reboot of any type. It is a true sequel.
Yeah.
But this guy, do you remember Friday the 13th or the Jason Goes to Hell, the final?
I've never seen it.
He reminded me kind of that the character, the Duke Creighton character from that movie, where he's the one hunting Jason. He's the one that knows how to kill Jason. This is the guy that's going to fucking finally do the job. Kind of what this guy was. You know, he's a government agent with his little shadow wet works group who who knows all about these predators, wants to take them out. And so here they got the fucking predator that crash landed on the planet on this fucking slab. And we go through all the fucking exposition, all the bullshit, and then Predator wakes up, and then wackiness ensues.
Yes. Lots of whacking.
And now, as we're talking about the Suicide Squad, or as I left the theater, I was calling them the Todd Squad.
The Todd Squad.
The Todd Squad. Because our hero, after being interrogated, they decided, he saw aliens. He did see the Predator. He knows what's up. So we're going to fucking hide him. We're going to hide him away. And he's on a fucking bus that's going to lead him to the army military loony bin.
Right.
And he's there with like 5 or 6 other guys. And they're all, shell shock, PTSD, all that type of stuff. And of course, they all laugh at him when they find out that he's there because he's, going to see aliens. And this is where the movie, aside from the suspension of disbelief with Olivia Munn, this is when the movie started going downhill for me. Predator should not fucking be a comedy. This was a movie that didn't know what it wanted to be.
Right.
There was so many times where you had some excellent fucking death scenes. Like there's buckets of blood in this movie. Wicked ass death scenes. But then you got like, Olivia Munn shot herself in the foot with a train dart. Now she's all loopy.
Right.
And you can tell.
Shtick.
You can tell who this movie pandered to because about 5 seats down was your fucking cackling yokels.
who were at every movie.
Laughing at every stupid shtick bit that was being spoon-fed to them.
Right.
And I was actually particularly, when we were leaving, I was particularly loud walking by them going, I didn't know this was going to be a goddamn comedy.
TJ and I were laughing our butts off at our own jokes at the movie.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, like if you join us, like say next week, I don't know if it's next week, but the week after, Venom.
Oh, yeah.
When we go see Venom, you are more than welcome to come with us.
Okay.
Because here again, if you're going to be sitting in on these shows,
right,
you might as well come with us when we go movie watching.
Got to get up on it. Yep.
If you're down with it and funds allow, okay.
Totally.
So we're sitting there, and there's a scene towards the end of the film where they're going to go in and they're going to data mine all of the info from the Predator ship.
Yeah.
And here again, another fucking total bullshit thing. We built a translator from the minds at MIT, so we're going to know exactly what's being fucking said. And they fucking, and that to me, that this translator gimmick was complete bullshit. I was not a fan. I didn't like the subtitles when the Predators were talking. You don't need... This is the first movie that had fucking Predator subtitles. You don't need them.
No.
You don't need that bullshit. You don't need the spoon feeding. Context. You could take those subtitles away. You would understand everything that was going on by context.
That makes sense.
You know, it was dumbing down. And
that would piss me off too.
Oh God. And so they go up to the ship, and you got the Asperger kid who is able to just crack the code
because he had been sent the stuff earlier, and he was able to mess around with some of the tech and like figure it out.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
one thing I forgot to say: the hero of the story, right? The big gun-toting hero. That's his father.
Oh, all right.
So that's how we got the packages and all that. Type
Imagine that.
Yeah. Well, that's because Hollywood.
Yep.
Yeah, and so I mean, he basically thought like the fucking gauntlet thing was like a fucking handheld game and all this type of stuff. So he was able to crack it. Yeah. And so they're like, well, we don't know how to get into this ship. We don't know how to. So the kid will go ahead and do it, and he gets them cracked in.
Yeah.
And they go in there.
He's like, we've been trying for 30 years, and the kid walks up, and the door opens, literally.
And so when they get in there, our black government agent, right, my Duke Creighton level badass guy, makes a comment of, all right, let's go ahead, get on in there. And
wait.
I'm sorry.
The first person on the ship was not security or like decontamination or anybody like that. It was the kid with Asperger's.
Yes. Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, I never even thought of that. In no way, shape, or form did they do any of that fucking lockdown, shower, decontamination, fucking three-stage deal. None of that shit.
We'll be fine.
I worked in a fucking asbestos removal. Yeah. I know for a fact you have to have 3, if not 2, 3-stage decon. Mm-hmm. And they couldn't fucking do that with an alien ship? That is a good point, my friend. Excellent point. So they go in there, and the fucking Asperger kid goes in first, and then Duke Creighton's following behind. And Duke Creighton looks at one of his tech dudes and says, "Get that information out of that fucking hard drive." And this voice to the right of me says, "They couldn't fucking open the door. How in the hell are they going to get the data off of there?" I just simply look at it and go, "Bluetooth." If I can explain the logic at least haphazardly, I can get away with it. I can live with it.
Yeah.
That one didn't, but you will hear these type of comments throughout movies as we're watching. We do these type of things. And so, but the whole thing where this movie, because the movie doesn't know what it wants to be, you've got like the start of, okay, this is going to be like some shadowy agent type bullshit, right? Then all of a sudden you got the slap happy antics of the Todd Squad. Then after the whole thing where they get into the ship and blah blah blah, and all of a sudden we got translated alien, he gives them like a 7-minute head start to fucking run, and then we get to Predator tracking down the human bloodbath type thing until the fucking movie is over. And that, like I said, it brought the movie down so much. If you want to fucking be a camp comedy, go ahead and do that. I'll probably hate the movie even more, but at least it has an identity. Right. It basically, the context of the movie to me, it was like the Todd Squad. It was schizophrenic. It didn't know, it had a condition. It didn't know what it fucking was. Multiple personality disorder and all of that. But when we left the film, and I told this to you, I says, I think the Predator would have been better served if it had just focused on that Duke Creighton shadow work government operative type stuff.
Or
where we had the multi-layer hunters being hunted by the hunter being hunted. It was like this multi-layer of hunting.
Yeah, we haven't even gotten into the
super predator.
The super predator.
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, they make some kind of genetic mutation, I imagine.
That's basically what the movie centers around.
Yeah.
Yeah, what the movie centers around is the predators are, they're going to each habited planet with, I guess, humanoid or whatever type critters. And picking out like the best predator warrior of the bunch that.
So the predators are doing this.
Yes. They're basically what they're doing is they're culling the herd.
And what they're doing is this. They're gathering the DNA from the top warriors from all the planets and trying to create super predators.
Yeah, your apex, top of the food chain, warrior, survival,
right?
That type of thing, and basically trying to genetically engineer, modify, and upgrade themselves.
It's kind of taken from the architects from the Alien series.
The engineers.
Yeah, that's the name.
Not really. I would see it more as like. Really, best way I could fucking describe it would be like shitty role playing games where it's just like your next level. I'm getting this added to me and all that type of stuff.
Loot crates.
Yeah, basically, yeah. It's predator loot crating. Yeah, there you go. But yeah, so the super predator, we find out that's the one that was actually chasing him down before he went into the space vagina,
because he wasn't coming to Earth to hunt. He was coming to Earth to bring us a weapon. He was apparently sympathetic to the humans and was going to bring us a weapon to help us fight off the predators that were coming to take over our planet after we had ruined it with global warming and killed ourselves off. Now, if you haven't picked up on it yet, one of the things that pissed me off about this movie is they tried to shoehorn so much fucking story down your throat.
Oh, yeah.
That they took a perfectly good. Here's what I wanted out of Predator. I wanted a simple fucking shoot 'em up action movie. I don't care if it could have been centered around the government guy or the original Suicide Squad. Mm-hmm. Okay, I mean, whatever. It was just Suicide Squad without Jared Leto. But either way, just stuck to the simple story and not try to shove all this other shit down.
Well, yeah, and that goes back to it didn't know what the hell it wanted to be.
Exactly.
And with all of that, it's the reason the first Predator is so good.
I was just about to say this, I think.
Is such a perfect movie is because that movie is able to slip in all of those different type of genres. It disguises itself. Like, it starts off, like, you think it's just going to be your typical 80s action fucking movie, right?
Yeah.
They go in to fucking blow up the drug cartel. You see, like, old fucking A-team footage guys flying out and doing cartwheels.
Jumps.
Right.
Shit getting blown up. This is 80s fucking action.
So
Yeehaw!
awesome.
Let's go.
Right.
And then the switch flips.
Yep.
And then all of a sudden, you've got basically an 80s slasher flick with sci-fi nuances thrown in.
Yeah.
But the thing is, it transitions so well.
It does.
And I say 80s slasher flick because you basically take Predator, throw in that fucking motif of Jason Voorhees, Michael Myers, whatever, where he's tracking them down and one by one going after him, doing that.
With your sci-fi added.
With the sci-fi nuances kind of thrown in.
Definitely.
Right.
But it still knew what it was. It knew what it wanted to be. You just had 15 minutes of 80s action hero as the setup to what the movie really was. But it was single-minded in its focus.
It was. It was a simple movie. It was just, yeah. And that's what I wanted out of this Predator. The Predator movie was.
Right.
It was too much story and shit. I mean.
And the other thing that made that movie, that made the original Predator so great,
was the mystery.
It wasn't even a mystery. There was no exposition.
There wasn't. You didn't. It was an alien, and you didn't even know what it was, even at the end of the movie.
Right.
Exactly.
It slowly revealed it throughout the entire movie, kind
Right.
of the Jaws factor.
Right.
Yep.
But there wasn't like this magical character that shows up halfway through the movie going, yeah, we remember the Predator from back in there, and start telling us all fucking about it. None of the exposition bullshit.
And see, that's why I was that's what I was expecting, because it was originally the military guy, whatever his name was.
Yeah.
I can't even remember. Todd, right?
I don't know. That's why we call him Duke Creighton. Or are you talking about the main hero guy?
The main hero guy, the leader of the
Duke.
military.
We'll call him fucking G.I. Joe. Let's just call him G.I. Joe.
Nice.
G.I. Joe. Now, if they would have just focused on him and his little Suicide Squad, and then them figuring out the fighting the alien and figuring it all out, kind of similar to the first one.
Sure.
It would have been a good movie, or like you said, focused on the government guy.
Yeah.
Either way, focus on one of those two stories and not
just fucking try to make
dragging
this
the poor kid with Asperger's and
jumbled up, mixed up fucking rainbow stew of a movie,
and fucking
Dr. Munn.
and Costco Croft and
yeah, fucking Costco Croft. Yeah, and fucking Dr. Munn. That'll be my final argument there. I mean, Jesus Christ, you can take
here's another thing.
Oh.
It's the monster is not Frankenstein.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Frankenstein's monster.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Actually, the monster's name is Adam.
Yep.
Oh, I
Yeah.
did not know that. In the
Yes.
book?
In the original Mary Shelley book.
Right.
Yes. Victor Frankenstein gave him a name, and it was Adam.
Yep.
Makes sense.
See, there, you're learning a lot of shit hanging out with us, see?
I'm going to be a genius.
Goddamn right you will. But yeah, no, as far as Olivia Munn goes, they could have just fucking taken like a cardboard standee of her and just had one of those like electronic voice boxes in the back where like G.I. Joe can fucking press. She'd be like, what is this? What is this that I'm looking at? Help me. That was like that and no, and then just keep it fun. No, you said eat my pussy. No, you said eat my pussy. That was basically her line throughout the entire fucking movie. Now, that being said, I just, obviously I got to fucking shit on the movie before I get to the good part.
Okay.
Get to the good stuff.
Indeed.
Here again, the shadow agency and all that type of stuff, I really did like that. And I know I can't stress it enough on my side of it that's the movie I would have liked to have fucking seen. I thought that was a great angle. And I thought fucking the black guy, Duke Creighton, whatever you want to call him, I thought he made for a great heel and a great heavy. I liked that character.
I really liked that character too. Remember our last was it our last week Reddit's thing was what co-star outshined
Yes.
the
Yes. And
The
he
main
would be
guy, yeah.
he would be on top of that fucking
Yeah.
list. Yes. He was just fucking great. As much as I shit on the schizophrenia of the movie, I liked the Todd Squad. They were great characters.
They actually were.
Kind of goes back to the first one, right?
No, well,
True.
See, that's what I was saying. If they would have stuck to the Todd Squad and them figuring out the alien, we would have had like
right.
a movie that felt more like the original.
But instead, they all get picked off in like the last 10 minutes of the movie.
They do, yeah.
And it was so rushed through to get through all of them.
Yeah, there's too much story for the ending.
All right, and it's like I wanted to there's one scene where the one guy's got like stress related Tourette's is the best way I could find. And there was one part I wanted to laugh. If it had been any other movie, I would have pissed my pants laughing. He just comes barging into the fucking bus or the room or whatever. He's like, face fucked by an aardvark, and I'm like, God
Fuck
damn
me in
it.
the face with an aardvark.
Yeah, I'm just like,
Jesus.
I'm like, God, I want to laugh.
That does sound like Suicide Squad.
I really want to laugh. Yeah, but the thing is, Suicide Squad, yes, no Jared Leto, but I would much rather have Margot Robbie in there than Olivia Munn. I'm just saying.
See, there we go.
But yeah, so I mean, by and large, I'm not going to say it was like god awful bad. It's not Alien versus Predator bad.
No.
That was pretty bad.
No.
But if you're like, say, new to the Predator thing, right? If you're new to that series of movies, the first one and Predators with is it Adrian Brody?
Yeah, oddly enough. That was probably
was
my
it-
one complaint about that movie.
Was him?
Yeah.
Oh.
But
Well,
anyway.
But yeah, I mean, those would be the two Predators I would direct people to first. You know, those are the good ones. Predator 2, not bad. And this one, like I said, it's not bad, but you got to go into it realizing that it's not... It doesn't hit that upper echelon.
Yeah.
It's not terribly bad. I give it a 3 out of 5. It's a movie. And
It's a movie.
Yeah. So out of 5, I give it a 3. What say you, good sir?
I'm gonna. It's a movie. It didn't live up to the potential I wanted. I'm gonna give it like 2.
2? Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, like I said, it's a movie, and you just gotta go into it knowing what it is before, or you're gonna be sorely disappointed. This past Friday night, this is why we're recording a day late. Myself and the Kunzweiler kids managed to go see ourselves a little bit at WWE action
Yeah, you did.
over in the Butte, Montana there. And I'm a long fucking time wrestling fan. I quit watching probably around 2007 because the product was just going downhill. It was not anything that I was just into anymore. It just, So like my wrestling love goes to listening to podcasts like the Bruce Pritchard podcast, Something to Wrestle With, as well as the Jim Cornette drive-through. You know, just old school guys talking old school wrestling. That's where my heart lies. But good friend of the show, and I gotta thank him real quick. Good friend of the show, Jamie Bronson, had purchased 4 tickets for him, his wife, his daughter, and myself, because they were gonna fly in, because they live out in Washington. They were gonna fly in, and he calls me up and says,
God damn, motherfucker! I'm gonna come down there and can you give us a room to stay at? And if you drive, we'll give you a ticket and you can come to the wrestling with us.
I can't wait to hear this guy in real life.
And so I says, totally, you know, I mean, fucking mi casa es su casa. You know you can fucking stay here at any point in time. And so we had it all set up, you know, they were going to come into town and then we would go to the wrestling. Well, as it turns out, they ended up deciding to stay closer to home, and I think there was either a show like in Spokane or Tacoma or something like that. So they went ahead, got tickets for those, and then gave the Kunzweilers their 3 tickets with me keeping the 1 ticket. And I was like, okay, cool, thanks. You know, I appreciate it. Thank you so much.
Super nice.
So then we had it all mapped out, and we carpooled up there. It was the Kunzweilers, it was myself, and it was their friend JD, who longtime listeners of the show will know that on the show he is known as Bane. So we go down and we're, you know, I think the first question, you know, as we're driving down, you know, I think it was Marty, was like, so you guys all excited? And Mackenzie's like, yeah, I'm excited. And JD's like, yeah, I'm getting there. And I'm like, I don't know that I have that level of excitement, because I'm over 10 years removed from the product. Like, I'm ready for the aesthetics. I'm ready to enjoy me some wrestling. My problem is I'm so removed from it that I don't know that I will have the connection needed to get really into it. That was not the fucking problem. That did not become a problem at all. When we got in there, we got our seats, and they were fucking awesome seats. You have, so like, say, you got the ring, as I describe here. We'll pretend we're talking north, south, and east here, right? So you got the ring right here, okay? And to the north, you have the entryway where the wrestlers would come down, right? We were on the south. Here you got the, you know, ringside area where your wrestlers can walk around. First row, second row, and here's an aisle with other people rows there. First row, second row, 1, 2, 3. Those were Mackenzie, Marty, and JD. Row 3, seat 1 on the aisle, me. So we were literally right there.
Yeah.
And I tried taking pictures, but unfortunately, they were moving pretty fast, and the phone didn't want to focus quick enough. So the pictures I took were kind of the shits. So that's why there was no Facebook other than my initial, here's the view from the seat. Other than that, I'm not posting anything because they're just blurry as shit. But I've been to a lot of WWF house shows. A lot by comparison. I think this is like my 4th or 5th one that I've been to. House shows are those shows that aren't on TV. Okay, they're just, when they make the rounds, doing the thing.
And this was a house show.
This is a house show. So nothing on this will be televised. But they actually, in the past, every house show I've ever been to, there's no fucking Jumbo, there's no Titantron, there's no fucking thing. It's just the wrestlers come out, they do the thing, and then boom. They actually had, like, a mini Titantron set up where they would do, like, the character or the wrestler, introduction type shit. But then they also had, like, 1 or 2 camera guys. So up on the fucking Titantron, when they're coming down the aisle, they were actually being filmed so that the people in the fucking nosebleeds would get the get the view of it.
Makes sense.
The production level for just a Butte, Montana house show, it was fucking on point. I was really impressed with it.
Right on.
And so as we get to the matches, the card was pretty fucking solid. There were a lot of guys that I didn't know, as clearly stated before. There were guys there that I should have known, but because I don't follow enough, it kind of just didn't. Every match on the card was pretty solid. First match starting out, the B team defeated the Revival. I knew who the Revival were because of the Jim Cornette podcast. He's been talking about them as being like the most underrated but the greatest tag team that's going right now today. Seen them in a couple matches, seeing them live. Yes, they are really fucking good. I hope McMahon fucking will give them a better push. The B team is actually guys that have been around. The B team are guys that have been around for a while. It's Curtis Axel, who is actually the son of Mr. Perfect Kurt Hennig, and the grandson of Larry the Axe Hennig. So he's a 3rd generation kid. He's been around for a while. And the other guy on the team is Bo Dallas, whose father is now. Were you a wrestling fan back in the day, or?
It's no.
Okay.
No.
Okay.
In general, no.
Okay. But Bo Dallas, he's another 3rd generation guy. Mike Rotunda is his father. Bray Wyatt, he's another kind of name going on, right now. That's his brother. And fucking Blackjack Mulligan is his grandfather, and fucking Barry Windham and Kendall Windham are his
I always
uncles.
love the names, though.
Oh, yeah. But, I mean, like I say, it's just...
Blackjack, what was it?
Blackjack Mulligan.
Blackjack Mulligan.
Blackjack Mulligan and Blackjack Wyndham. Those
I don't
were
take
the
shit from nobody.
That's right, goddammit. Blade saw Mulligan, goddammit.
Yeah, give me my blades.
Second match on the card. But anyways, no, it was, like I said, there was only one snoozer match. And I'll get to that here. But second match was some dude named Mojo Rawley, who I guess is like a dude. And Tyler Breeze, who I've seen a couple times, because I'll still tune in every so often. So I knew who this guy was. And it was, like I said, it was a good match. Let's see, third match. Okay, now this is where shit started getting fun. The third match, you had Jinder Mahal and the AOP, who I guess I had to look through the program. The AOP is called, they're the Authors of Pain is what it stands for.
Ooh, scared.
I had heard of Jinder Mahal, and he's a fucking tall-ass drink of water. He's probably, I got to say, about a good 6'10", 6'11". He's a tall motherfucker. You know, and don't get me wrong, a lot of these guys like fucking Bobby Lashley, Roman Reigns, Braun Strowman, they're fucking big dudes. But
I recognize Bobby Lashley.
Yeah, because he was wrestling when I was still watching at the time. But yeah, I mean, fucking Jinder Mahal, tall fucking Indian dude, right? Like, I mean, not kind of. Against again, and they were in a 3-man tag against Apollo Crews, Heath Slater, and Rhino.
Rhino is still like,
wow.
Yes, and this was so funny. So they come down, right, and they're fucking making the announcement and all this type of stuff, and okay, huge knock against the show, and it wasn't the WWE's fault. The Butte Civic Center's PA system sucked.
Damn.
You could not understand the announcers. They would do some promo stuff on the screen in the back, like they would do, like, say, the interview backstage, type of thing. You couldn't understand a fucking word anybody was saying on there. The PA sucked. So it was like kind of like staring, trying to, okay, I kind of know who they are, based on what this, what was up on the screen. Fucking Rhino comes down and the crowd kind of pops, right? They get up there. I'm so proud of myself for this. When he comes over, he's like, yeah, right. I just start going, EC dub! EC dub! EC dub! Next thing you know, you've got like 5,000 to 6,000 people standing up, throwing the fists and the horns. EC dub! So yeah, I elicited a fucking ECW riot. It was so outstanding.
Nice.
It was so cool. And what was even cooler, because he noticed, he looked over and he saw what was going on. And he kind of looks at me, he's like, doing the fingers up and the head kind of nodding up and down. I'm like, fucking A, right on. Because, Rhino's on the tail end of his career at this point. You could tell when he was in the ring, he wasn't. he was the hot tag. Basically, it was like the one guy. I think it was Cruz. Yeah, it was Cruz that was getting beat on the entire time. But everyone's like, we want Rhino. We want Rhino. When the hot take is made, Rhino, fucking place blows up. Fucking huge ass pop. But you could just tell he wasn't like what he was in his prime 15 years ago, 15 to 20 years ago. But again, not a fucking bad match. And then, let's see here. Before, now, when I had said it was like 7 matches, this is the one where it was like one match became a second match. You had Finn Balor and Baron Corbin. Balor initially wins by DQ, and again, this goes into fucking storyline shit. Like Corbin, I guess, is supposed to be like the interim general manager. Blah, fucking blah, blah, blah. Balor's entrance was fantastic. The match was great. Everything on that end. But there was some bullshit DQ thing that goes on because Kevin Owens, who's another big name, had come down and they're both fucking beating on him and all this type of stuff. And because Corbin is like the interim general manager, he says, we're going to restart this fucking match. And, well, obviously you'd say fucking because it's a family show. Restart the match. It's now a 2-on-1 handicap match, right? Well, then Bobby Lashley comes out. And they fucking run off, and he says, you bunch of cowards, you're chickens, you're cowards, and all that. Let's make this fair. Let's make it a tag team match. So then it became Finn Balor, Bobby Lashley against Kevin Owens and Baron Corbin. And where we were sitting at here, the corner to the left of us for all the tag team matches was basically the heel corner. This is where all the heel tag team would be. And then the good guy tag team would be over in this corner, right? So obviously we'd prime fucking seats. I mean, we're seeing both sides, all the action going on. There was a guy who was sitting to my rear right, like my rear passenger side. And all I can say is it's nice that there are still people who believe.
Was he all into it?
Oh, dude, he was drunk off his ass.
He should have recorded this.
Screaming. Oh, if they allowed, they wouldn't allow video.
Okay.
Or I would have.
Yeah.
But I didn't want my phone taken away. But anyways, this guy, every fucking heel up to this point, or maybe it was the match after, I can't remember. But he's standing fucking right behind, like he gets up.
Come on, boy! I'll kick your ass too. Come on, boy! Come on now, Kevin Owen! I'll kick your ass, Kevin Owen! Jinder Mahal, my ass! Suck my dick, Kevin! Suck my dick, Jinder Mahal! I'll kick your ass, boy! I'll kick your ass!
And I'm just like, dude, seriously, you're a grown ass fucking man. You bring it down a little fucking bit, Jesus, And I honestly thought that at some point I would end up getting a fucking lump on the side of my head just by proxy from some elbow getting swung, or I fully expect this guy to get carted off. But eventually, security did tell him to knock his shit off, and then he started fucking with security.
Oh, Jesus.
Where he's like standing up, and he's like looking, and he'd be like looking at security. I didn't say nothing.
Jeez.
And then he look over it, and then he look back at the fucking heels. He look back at the heel corner going, I kick your ass, boy. I kick your ass, boy. So there was that whole fucking night. But so then after that match was over with, then we had the intermission. And then coming back from intermission, you had your snoozer match. because you're waiting for all the popcorn and bathroom breaks and everybody to come back. So it was a short match. The only guy that I fucking knew on that one was Bobby Roode, and that's because I just know him by keeping my big toe in the water and reading internet shit. That's about it there. And then after that, you had the fucking 8-woman tag team match. And I'll start off by saying I'm not a fan of the fucking Divas. Not from anything. I mean, to me, it's just eye candy.
Right.
But I have to admit, the match was pretty fucking good.
Oh, yeah?
I will give credit where it's due. The women are fucking stepping up.
Yeah?
Because I haven't been watching in fucking 10 years, so I've been missing the build-up where it's not just, hair pulling and pillow fights and bra and panty match bullshit anymore. These women, I mean, you can take them fucking seriously now. They're actually put on a good fucking solid match.
Huh. Well, that's the one thing that we have seen is the women becoming better in the WWE rather than just being eye candy. Even when we used to watch together, the women, they were eye candy, but there were a few that would come out with some like actual serious athletic skill, and you could see that they were like actually paying attention to their training and
right. Well, like Trish Stratus and Lita,
right? Yeah,
yeah. And it seems like these gals, I mean, they're really hitting it. I only recognized out of the whole gaggle of them, I knew who 2 of them were. Mickie James, because she had been starting up as I was kind of fading away, and Natalya Neidhart, because she's the daughter of recently deceased Jim the Anvil Neidhart, one half the Hart Foundation. So of course, again, I'm gonna know all the, got to keep tabs on the Hart family,
right?
Natalya fucking made one of the other chicks submit in the sharpshooter, so there was that. And then, as you wanted to sit there and say, it was just kind of, it's Butte, it's going to be the drizzle and shits. No, we had the Universal Champion, Roman Reigns, like actual real championship title defense in Butte, Montana, of all places. Roman Reigns defending his belt against Braun Strowman. And here again, I know these guys because of just tuning in every so often, and it's so funny because I keep hearing about how Roman Reigns is so divisive amongst fans. It's like McMahon wants him to be the guy that takes over for John Cena as the face of the company. Wrestling fans, we are notorious in don't shove that shit down our throat. We will select who the next guy is. Don't tell us, we will tell you, and you make it happen, type of a thing.
Right.
And so that's why you have, I mean, when he came out, because like first Braun Strowman comes out and you got people that are kind of booing, but I think they were kind of there was like some spattering of cheers too because of the hatred towards Roman Reigns. When Roman Reigns came out, it was the wall of sound from the boos with the spattering of cheers mixed in, and all the cheers were the fucking women. Because they fucking love them some Roman Reigns.
Huh.
Oh, he's a good looking, he's like a nephew or a cousin or something like that to The Rock.
Specifically Butte women, or we're talking all women?
All women.
Okay.
All women. Because there's been a couple of conventions I've worked at where Roman Reigns was doing signings. And there's like once I remember one gal actually come up to me going, when I was outside having a smoke, she's like, you seen Roman Reigns? I'm like, yeah, he's going to fucking be out here in the fucking smoker's corner. But no, I was nice. And I says, no, I haven't. Oh, I loves me to Roman Reigns. And I says, I'm sure you do. And as I'm standing there, again, when the fucking, guys are coming down to the ring, I'll stand up, do the cheering, and I was into it. I was having a good time. And I get fucking, like, elbowed where I'm almost knocked off my fucking feet, and I look over, and a woman of significantly larger carriage is ponying up. She's like, I'm so sorry about that. And I'm like, no, it's okay. I get it. Roman Reigns, gets up to the ring. She goes, that's my husband up there. And I look at her, I go, really? Yeah, he just doesn't know it yet.
Oh, Jesus.
And I'm like, okay. Okay. So me being me, I go, he will by the end of the night, huh? Oh, I could only hope.
I have no idea.
And I'm like, okay, yeah, okay. So I'm just going to enjoy the match now, you goddamn freak. But again, good match. People were fucking into it. It was so funny. You would have the crowd start yelling, Roman, Roman. And then it started turning into Strowman for Braun Strowman. You would hear it start to go from Roman to Strowman. It was just brilliant the way everything was working amongst the crowd. And then the match ended when, here again, more of the fucking big names, Dolph Ziggler and Jinder Mahal comes back out, but Dolph Ziggler didn't fucking do any matches. This was his only spot for the night. They come down, start beating the shit out of Roman Reigns, so Roman Reigns wins by disqualification. Then after a couple minutes of that, then all of a sudden here comes Seth Rollins and Dean Ambrose. Now we've got like they used to be a stable known as the Shield. It was the three of them when they first came in. They were known as the Shield, right? So now we got the Shield reunion, and they run everybody off, and they just leave Ziggler in there. And as the three of them were beating up on Roman Reigns, they brought a table in. So once the Shield ran the other guys off, they set the table up. They take Dolph Ziggler, crash him, powerbomb through the fucking table, and there's your show.
Classic.
It was 3 hours of just nonstop fun.
I was going to ask you how long those run for.
Usually they're going to be about 3 hours. Yeah. You'll get about an hour and a half to 2 hours intermission, and then they'll run the last batch of matches. One thing too, I could tell, the PA system sucked, but they over mic'd the fucking ring. Because what they'll do sometimes, just so the sound of the slams and all that type of shit.
That's why you're there.
They'll have a mic run underneath the ring,
mm-hmm.
and it was loud. They should have fucking crossed the wires back, so that way maybe we could have heard the announcer and we could have heard the shit that was going on in the back. But in closing, I will just simply say this: if the TV was of the same quality as the house show was, I would be back in watching on a regular basis. The matches were good. The matches were solid. The matches told stories. And that's the key thing with professional wrestling. The matches have to convey a story. Because you can't trust the commentators to do it anymore, because all they do is just fucking shell out whatever the fucking main event is for the evening or the pay-per-view heading into. They never focus on the actual match. And they only get like 5 minutes for a fucking match. As opposed to here, we're getting 10, 15-minute matches. If the TV represented what was being put on the house shows, I'd be back in watching in a heartbeat.
Yeah.
But, hey, it be what it be. But good time had by all.
Nice.
Enjoyed it.
Glad you had fun.
It was a good time. So before we get into our break and go into segment 3, you say you have a bone to pick with me, good sir.
Oh, most definitely I do.
I want to know. I want to hear some picking here. I want to know what the fuck is your problem?
Let's go, bro.
What do we got? What do we got? Hit me with it.
We got last week. I think it was on Reddit Fun. When you were talking about co-stars who outshine the stars of a movie.
Okay. Okay. All right.
Jason comes up with a good example of Django.
Okay.
And you said the sentence, "I have never seen Django."
Uh-oh.
Oh, that's your bone?
Then he comes up with, no, there's a part 2.
Oh, part 2.
Oh, there's a part 2.
Part 2.
It was like you almost punched me in the gut, and then there was like a cross to the face right after it. He says, "Inglourious Bastards." And you said the sentence, "I've only seen it once."
Yes, I'll stand by that one.
Too many subtitles was what you said.
No. What I said was I can't believe he enjoyed it as much because of the subtitles.
Right.
Quentin Tarantino is just a god when it comes to making movies, and you haven't seen Django. And then you know what? This is actually a funny side story. She's going to kill me for it, but I go to my girlfriend and I go, "Can you believe TJ's never seen Django?" And she looks at me and she says, "The only thing worse than what you would say, I've never heard of Django."
Who's Django?
Exactly. What?
Wasn't that a game where you put blocks up on top of each other and try to keep the shit from
knock
falling
them
over?
Oh, man. So I went from bad to worse in that situation, trying to complain about you. But Quentin Tarantino, I mean, I just maybe I hold him in high regard.
As do I. He's got some films that I'm not a fan of.
Okay.
I won't
like
say,
what?
I won't say Inglourious Bastards was a bad movie.
Okay.
It's just, I mean, really, I watched the once, and it didn't have that oomph that Reservoir Dogs or Pulp Fiction had.
Okay.
You know, when it comes to just that, you know, like I got to watch this again.
And you liked it.
I did. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't have anything bad to say.
No, yeah.
But Jackie Brown, I just
No,
wasn't.
I agree with you on that one. If you had to say weaker movies, for sure.
Yeah, Jackie Brown was kind of the deal there.
Agreed. And I thought Hateful Eight kind of fell in that category as well. It was very long, dry.
Right, and see,
I did follow it through,
I
but
know
I don't
that
think
I
I'd
have
watch
to.
it again.
I sat through Hateful Eight. It's not one of my favorite Tarantino movies.
Right.
Yeah, and I know I've got my catching up to do because Django and Hateful Eight.
Gotta watch Django. Inglourious Bastards to me was probably his best movie. If I had to,
I really
if I had to
enjoyed
say,
Inglourious Bastards
actually,
as well.
no, I'm gonna say the Kill Bills together,
Yeah.
Volume 1 and 2.
Those would be my number one.
Oh man, they were good.
Those would be my number one.
They were good. There's another one he's coming out with. They just announced. It's got Brad Pitt and Leonardo DiCaprio in it.
I was hearing about that, and I can't remember specifically what it was.
Yeah, I believe it's like based in the 70s. Not sure what the plot is.
No, it's the decline of the Western, like Western TV shows like Gunsmoke and Rawhide and all that. And it's an actor and his stunt double, and I believe that's Brad Pitt and I think Matt Damon.
Okay,
I think are the two that's supposed to be there, and they're trying to keep the career alive. And so but it was we talked about it briefly. I don't remember if it was with
Fading
you or
memory,
not.
maybe. I don't know.
But it was, I mean, just, you know, the laundry list of actors that are involved in that. And I was like, yeah, okay, we got to make sure we keep tabs on this one. But yeah, no, I know exactly. Yeah, and that's, the premise of it is.
And do you know about Tarantino's plan? Like he said a long time ago when he made Pulp Fiction even, he said he was only making 10 films. This next one will be the 9th. So he's only got one more left after this new one that's going to come out.
He might be doing something with a Star Trek movie or something, too.
Really?
I'm not sure, yeah. I know that people have been talking about Tarantino doing something with Star Trek.
Crazy. That would be nuts.
All right, well, let's go ahead, because we ran extremely longer with that.
We. You.
No, honestly, it was the Predator review. The Predator review went way longer than I thought it was going to. Uh-huh. But I had to talk about the WWE,
the
of course.
Predator Squad.
The Todd Squad.
The Todd Squad.
Todd Squad. All right, well, let's go ahead here. We will take our last break. We will come back with some Reddit fun. Squad M Show, gang. Stay tuned.
In a city where corruption rules the streets, only one man can stop the serial killer known as the Blood Bandit. James Kurt, a former police officer turned private investigator, must race against the clock to stop the madman before he achieves his ultimate diabolical goal. When JK's brother Alex is thought killed in the line of duty and mysteriously returns with no memory of his past life, the stakes are raised even higher. Enigma, the comic book series from Quad M Productions, written and illustrated by TJ Damon, with colors and effects by Jason Vickers. Enigma. Order your copy at quadmproductions.com today.
Hello and welcome to TJ's Bowling Scores for the week. I'm Connie Leamgus. This week the leader of the Todd Squad rolled a 140, a 156, and a 166 for a 462 series. Wow, way to go dipshit. Don't let excellence stand in the way of your superior mediocrity. You make me want to staple my vagina shut. You're kinda like Rapunzel, except instead of letting down your hair, you let down everyone in your life. If you were an inanimate object, you'd be a participation trophy. Well, I suppose it's time to hit the old dusty trail. These insults don't just copy and paste themselves, you know. So until next week, I'm Connie Leamgus. Fuck you and good night.
You're listening to the Quad M Show. Segment 3.
Welcome back to the third and final segment of this here Quad M Show. Again, we're your host. I'm TJ.
And Jason.
And Steve.
Boy, oh boy, really great work, bitches.
And Steve. And this final segment is brought to you in part by DeeplyDapper.com. Now, you've heard us go on and on about all of the neat merchandise you can pick up over there at DeeplyDapper.com. Original art prints and books, vinyl wrapped metal flasks, custom key hangers and light switch plates, as well as those handmade soaps, all based on your favorite Nerd World properties. But there is so much more. Get on over after you're done listening to us and check out DeeplyDapper.com. Get yourself a little bit of that 3D podcasket, as well as Robot Kraken podcast action. Holidays are coming up, so you know all that nifty recipes for cider and peppermint sticks and all that type of stuff's going to be out there too. So
Pumpkin spice.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Why bitches love the pumpkin spice. So get on over there. What's your excuse? You ain't got one. Get on over there today. DeeplyDapper.com. Once again, that is DeeplyDapper.com. Better living through tentacles.
Pumpkin spice tentacles.
Pumpkin spice tentacles. Well, you know what else loves pumpkin spice?
Reddit.
Reddit fun with Jason.
Reddit Fun with Jason.
So what, good sir, does the hive mind have for us this week?
What the buttons on Darth Vader's suit do. Now, before we get into this, we're just going to get one right out of the way, and no one can pick it. If it's anywhere near number one on the top of the thread, we're just going to skip it.
Okay.
Kathleen Williams is F-rated.
Yeah.
Yeah, political ads, yeah.
Rated by the NRA.
Yeah, bitch. Just arbitrarily playing the soundtrack? Just arbitrarily, it's a button and it gives out the Imperial March?
Yeah.
Okay.
That one's gone.
Okay.
Nobody can pick that one.
Nobody
'cause
can play.
Oh, like it plays his theme song
Yeah.
when he walks in. Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
And then there you go. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Another
Okay.
one releases fog.
The fog machine. So yeah, that one's out of the way.
Okay.
Nobody
okay.
can pick
That
one.
is off the table. Okay. All right. Well, what is your pick first?
Mute. And Steve's the fog machine. That's great.
You're going fog machine on that one?
I got another one. Clearing out burps.
Clearing out burps.
Burping in that helmet's gotta suck.
That's your burp bag. Burps and farts and all that type of stuff.
Oh, like in that goddamn The Predator movie. When the Predators were fighting. It's over, Anakin. I have the high ground.
I have high ground.
There's the fucking Predator laying there missing its arms and its legs. Stupid fucking
I'm gonna
movie.
go with boop. Siri, would you please turn on the coffee? Siri, what is the capital of China?
Hey, Siri.
That's his Siri access. It's all I got. I had to add more time, but not thinking off the cuff.
I bet that suit's dry clean only.
Exactly. All right, it's his blow dryer, hand dryer, and all that type of shit in there. All right, so let's go ahead. What does the Borg have to say?
Oops, I pressed the wrong button. Of course, number one was the Imperial Death March.
Okay, see, there we go.
Yep. B. Davis, 77. You're my favorite deputy. Presses next button. There's a womp rat in my boot.
There's a womp rat in my boot.
Throw away that trash. And now, Senator, you'll see the true power of the dark side. Presses button. My darling, I can't get enough of your love, baby. I don't know. I don't know why. Wait, no, not that one. This one. Chest opens up and 2 champagne glasses come out. Sir, you're a senator. Tell me, what's that? Accidentally presses button. A stream of lube shoots across the room. And little did we know that Darth Vader was Leslie Nielsen.
I was gonna say, have you met my friend Lando?
Sensor fire. So, Lord Vader, let me just give you a quick rundown on those buttons. The blue one activates the emergency backup breathing system. If your main systems ever fail, it is vital that you press that button and get to your chamber for suit repair immediately. And the red button? Well, Lord Vader, that is a combat system. If you press it, your opponent will be deafened by the worst sound imaginable. And there's a link.
Is it the Jim Carrey?
It's probably Yoko Ono.
Nothing burns like a cold bitch.
And we're rickrolled. And we're rickrolled. Yay, us. That was going to be my other guess.
The Crimson Concoder says, the cow goes, moo.
That's our winner. That's our winner right there.
Winner, winner, chicken dinner. I don't think so. Winner, winner, Sheen dinner.
Oh, no.
The dog says.
PhilFan25 says, Buzz Lightyear to the rescue.
Nice. Star Command.
Eternity 071710 says, pushes button. Female voice comes on. Now navigating the Death Star to the Emperor. You will arrive in 10 minutes. Please continue down corridor A220 for 3 minutes.
That's kind of similar there with my whole Siri thing, making it the Garmin.
Yeah.
It's close enough that I'm going to count it. Fuck it.
Lord Henry 7898. So, do these buttons actually do anything? Well, they go boop when I press them. Very good. Do they have any function? Sometimes they light up.
They go boop. They go boop when I press them.
Oh, no. Oh, fuck your stupid internet names. Can't you just be normal?
Welcome to the world of tomorrow.
Is it the law that you have to credit them?
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah.
M8 Asen Miller. M8 Asen Miller. Vader gets out of shower, steps in a puddle, falls down. Oh, fuck. Bleep. Thank you for choosing Life Alert. Assistance will be with you momentarily.
I've fallen and I can't get up.
It's pretty good.
Life Alert.
Sema333 says, Anakin's high-pitched voice, I find your lack... Clears throat, presses button. James Earl Jones, I find your lack of faith disturbing.
You know what would have been great in Rogue One? If we would have gotten James Earl Jones to say either A, yippee, or B, wizard.
Will Sean says, click. And now for something completely different. Muffled giggles, click. We are the knights who say knee, knee. Muffled giggles, click. Your mother was a hamster, and your father smelled of elderberries. Muffled giggles, click. Look, you stupid bastard, you've got no arms left. Muffled sigh. I guess the last one is Jim Diego. Darth, would you open the garage door, please?
That was a sleeper.
All right. Well, let's go ahead here. Thank you once again, Reddit and the Hive Mind and all you folks for giving us a little bit of the giggles. Yay you, yay you, and all of you folks involved. All right, so gentlemen, any of us have picks for the week this week?
Mock on YouTube.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Mac.
That was going to be my pick of the week. Just YouTube Mock gets
Is it spelled M-A-H-K?
Of course.
Okay, all right. Well, making sure they don't go M-O-C or something.
It's a Boston
like
mark.
Yeah.
Like Macky Mac.
Mac.
Yeah, Mac.
Like here in Montana, when you say khakis, we're thinking pants.
Or crick.
not something to stat the car.
Not too far from the
khakis.
Marky. Yeah, that's my pick. Mark on YouTube. YouTube him. It's funny.
Yo, Marky Mark, who was your favorite character on Dances with Wolves? Tatanka. Sorry. All right. Well, gentlemen, do we have anything left to pimp, promote, propagate, or pander for this week?
No.
Then that will wrap it up for this week's episode of the Quad M Show. As always, gang, make sure if you're listening to us on whatever podcast catching app that you're using, please subscribe, rate, and review. That's always important. Once again, like us on Facebook and share That's my pick of the week, or my promote thing. Share. I want it. But also to follow us on Twitter as well as Instagram. All of them are username QuadM Comics. So until next time, this is TJ,
Jason,
and Steve.
And we will see you all later, gang. Take care.
Bye, everybody.
You've been listening to the Quad M Show. Copyright 2018, Quad M Productions. If you have any comments, questions, queries, quibbles, or concerns, email us at quadmcomics@gmail.com or find us on Twitter at QuadMComics.
Dash for the dawn, late for school. Maybe so, but you're no fool. Make a quick fast, it's a breakfast. Only fast, fast, yeah, quick fast. A piece of toast and one of these. Some peanut butter or a slice of cheese. Milk or juice to wash it down. It's a fast, fast, quick fast.